Minecraft Infinite is a mod pack that unlocks so much potential in every regard when playing Minecraft, and it just got bigger. We have officially added over 30 more mods to the SMP, and today we take advantage of that and we make a jetpack? Yup, there's new mods. And to celebrate the update of the mod pack, we are gonna get started on some modded stuff real quick. As if anything that I do on this mod pack would be not modded stuff. The first thing I want to do is make a mega torch, because this will finally make it so we can stop having a bunch of mobs spawn around us. I am sick and tired of those things showing up. I have some gamma added. It should be extremely dark, especially up there. But I'm just sick and tired of mobs and things spawning in here, so we're gonna place a torch. And I don't know if you noticed, but I added some of the basic machinery that I needed here with 3 water wheels doing the hard work. But that's because we will be needing this later. I mean, in general, we need all these things. But anyway, back to the mega torch. I guess we just want to put it like right in the center here, like in the middle, but underground, just like that. So now hopefully nothing will be spawning around this area. The same thing goes with this mega torch. I think we should just place it somewhere in the center here. And as you can see, I finished the paths to everything, and I feel like it could very well be hidden right here. No one has to know. There it is. Yes! We got mega torches down, and the sun is setting behind me, so it's actually really good because now nothing is going to spawn here, which is nice because we have had millions of creepers spawn in this area, and it gets really, really scary. I don't like going out at night when there's creepers all around my base. Of course, in regards to all the modded stuff that we will be doing today, this is only the beginning because today we are going to be working towards making a jetpack. I don't know if you guys could tell, but my mega build is kind of freaking gigantic. And getting to the top of my mega build is really hard. Now, this mod pack has 3 different types of jetpacks, but according to my calculations, the brass jetpack is the best because it can take you the highest. But as you can see, we need mechanical crafters to actually put all of the things together. But of course, that is a little bit later on in the episode because we still have some very important things to look at. For example, I realized that we have gilded quartz sword and gilded quartz axe as probably some of the better tools out there in regards to swords and axes. You can see the sword does 8 attack damage at 1.8 attack speed, and that's ever so slightly better than a diamond sword. In fact, if we compare it to a netherite sword, you can see it does the exact same amount of attack damage, but it's faster because it has 1.8 attack speed. So I am not kidding you guys when I tell you that today's episode is going to be filled with a lot of really, really fun stuff, especially regarding some create stuff. So anyway, it's time that we reinvent the wheel, and by that I mean we are remaking our wheat farm. I don't know if you could tell, but basically every farm that we had made in the previous episodes is gone because we had to take it down for this mega build to be placed in the exact same spot. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, I want to do a tall tube right here that goes almost all the way to the very tip top of building a farm. I think we're going to have 4 layers. 2 of them are going to be wheat, and 2 of them are going to be kelp. Kelp is going to be useful eventually, but right now, I'm just going to be honest, kelp is just useful in general because we need it for a lot of create recipes. As you can see, we need it for brass tunnels, brass funnels, just a bunch of different things regarding create. So I'm going to add that to my tube of farm. Tube of farm is a crazy name. I don't know why I would call it that. I'll think about a different name while I build this. I'm gonna be honest, I did not think about a new name for this tube of farm. So if you guys have any opinions or thoughts of what I should call it, please comment it down below. Also, I know the intro was a little bit all over the place with information, and I didn't totally mention all the new mods added, but just to clue you guys in on some of the other mods that were added that at least I'm looking forward to are trash cans, a new deep dark dimension, muffler blocks, more create drill heads, and apparently some create diesel generators, and of course some other fun stuff that maybe hopefully soon you will all get to see. Well, there's the build. It's very, very industrial compared to the very steampunk vibe we've got going on. But honestly, I kind of like the vibe that we're going for here, which is a little bit kind of like toxic vibes. Like, ooh, don't come over here. Things that are dangerous are happening. In reality, there's not going to be dangerous stuff going on in here. We're just going to have a couple farms. But regardless, I think it looks really cool. We are still missing a couple of blocks that I need to add. But I do want to add that later because I'm realizing that maybe I should have made the jetpack earlier on because this becomes a very, very tall build. Oh, I fell. And I feel like the jetpack would have been ideal for building here, but regardless, we're able to double jump, so that's been helping me out. So once we get the jetpack, I'll be able to finish whatever I have left up here to do. But now I have to lock in and actually do all of the create of this. And you guys have already seen me make a farm with create, so I'm just gonna build it, and then I will explain it again briefly once it's finished being built, so we can move on forward, and I don't have to keep being repetitive. Oh, wow. I did it. I think. I hope. I honestly, I'm not actually sure if it totally works, but let me show you what I did. First things first, I have also, you know, made all of the dirt proper here. We have, oops, all right, well, that's a bad start. We have these mechanical harvesters that will be going around and round. We have that on this layer. We have that on this layer. However, we don't have it on this layer because I think in this layer, I'm gonna grow kelp. And then in the very top layer, once again, it is normal. And because I wanted to make it look kind of cool, I put the chest at the very top here. And it does the little kissy, you know, transferring of the items here. And then the fun part is it throws it into this chute, which then throws it into these 3 chutes. And the reason there's 3 of them is because eventually there will be water, so it basically stops the water from flowing. Regardless, the items go all the way down from there to here to this final chute where we will be linking it up to a chest, so all of the items will go in there. So now we just have to turn this on, and you can see everything is spinning. There will be water that falls here because, well, we need to have water so that things actually grow. And that is that. But it seems like it didn't actually stop. Hold on. I think I might have forgotten something. Yup. You can see I forgot to glue it. This is a big problem. Okay. All right. Well, let's go fix that now. And it should be good now. So let me check. On. And yeah, you can see it paused for a second. That means that it's doing the little kissy thing at the top. And stop. Yep, there you go. That's how we know it works. So now we just need to actually flatten all of this dirt out. And I am carrying loads of seeds on me to actually start planting these. And uh-oh, I have made a mistake. I think it's too dark in here for me to be able to plant seeds. See, like this top one I am able to plant. So this one should be fine. Let's go ahead and plant this top layer. Okay, there we go. So we were able to do this very top one, but this one, oh gosh, this is freaky. I don't like this. Okay, that one's not one that we care about. This one we care about. Okay, this one is actually fine to plant in. So I guess it's the very bottom layer that just doesn't have enough light in order to actually plant the seeds. So we just need to add a little bit more lighting down there. Let me see if I can do something with a lantern here. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. We can literally just place it up here, and no one needs to know. And I'm sure, yeah, all of these work, so that's fine. We don't need to make it too trivial. Plus, if anything, the lanterns look kind of pretty, so we might as well should have had them in the first place. All right, perfect. So we have all of that ready. The only layer that we don't have ready is the very middle one, I guess the top middle one, which is where we're going to be growing kelp. I actually don't know if for kelp we actually need to have solid blocks everywhere, or if we can just place the source water at the top and then it's fine. All right, let's go ahead and make an infinite source here then. And then let's just try making an infinite source all throughout all of this, right? This is really hard to do while all of this is flowing, but we gotta do it. We gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, I think everything is officially a source block here. Now, this is where my Minecraft knowledge is failing because I think kelp... Does kelp grow to the very top of water? Okay, well, I just did a Google search and it was very unhelpful. It doesn't tell me whether it grows or doesn't based on if it reaches the very top block of water. But what it did tell me is that it does grow on flowing water. So we can actually just place this on the very top block and hope that it's okay. I don't think it makes it an infinite source, but we are filled with infinite sources down here. So we are just gonna have to push our way through. I'm gonna start drowning. This is so hard. I think for the most part, everything else looks decent. Seems like there's some flowing stuff here. All right, well, that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and plant all of this. I don't even care anymore. Okay, I'm drowning again. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I probably did this the hardest way possible, but you know what? It's okay. We're here for the experience. Okay, just to confirm, we're all filled up over here. I think we got it all, actually. I think that's officially everything, no? Yeah, it seems like everything is working. It seems to be transporting everything. So if we come out here and jump all the way down here, let me show you guys a little room that I made. I made this little trap door to kind of hide it. And if we jump down here, you can see there's all of our stuff. And it's all falling down because I didn't put a chest here yet. Regardless, this seems to work. Actually, instead of a chest, we should make a drawer. This is actually something I kind of wanted to get into, and seems like we're going to need a chest anyway, but I think you guys are going to find this really, really cool. So if we just make ourselves a drawer. Oh, actually, we might want to do a 2x2 drawer. Yeah, I think we should try that because we are going to be getting multiple things from the drawer. So if we just do this 2x2 drawer, it gives us 4 actually, so that's kind of convenient. Not right now, but it probably will be convenient later. If we just put this here, there we go. Kelp is going into 1, and then it should automatically put the others in here, but yep, there you go. I didn't even click that on. I just put the wheat in there, so there we go. And the final thing would be seeds. And there we go. There's that. And this is definitely going to fill up very, very quickly, but for now, we are going to leave it as it is and hope that it doesn't overfill. I am so happy with the way that this looks. Also, I just realized we forgot to close that off. There we go. I am so happy with the way that this is looking. Honestly, we have not been standing for too long, and we already have so much of this growing, and what in the world are you? Did I just get myself a pet catfish? I think I just did. I think I got myself 2 catfishes in my farm. All right, well, I guess we got some fishies. Up here, this is also looking really, really good. I am really happy with the way that this actually turned out. But we are missing a little bit of design. I did mention we need to get a jetpack going because there is actually more design that goes from the ceiling, and there's actually more design over here as well. But we will get to that a little bit later because the next part that we're getting into is a little bit of mechanical crafting, which could also lead to auto crafting. So I actually have made mechanical crafters and I just actually never showed it to you guys, and there they are. The reason I never showed you guys me doing this is because I made this when I was really desperate to get a bunch of clay, and I needed a bunch of these crafters in order to make these crushing wheels, which, as you can see, it required a lot of these things. But anyway, that's besides the point. I hope you forgive me. Regardless, we need to use some of these mechanical crafters to actually get some good stuff cooking. I mean, I mentioned it earlier in the episode, but I do want to get these gilded quartz sword, axe, whatever. We want to get into this because it's just better than what we currently have. I mean, I'm never going to say no to a little bit of an upgrade, and it seems to be relatively cheap as well. And all we need is 6 mechanical crafters. I feel like that's pretty simple to make. The only issue is actually connecting it to all of this, which I think for now, I'll see if I can just connect it up here because I'm a little bit lazy to actually make this look pretty. I think we're going to start with the sword first, just because it's the easiest, and I think that's it. Of course, the way that these are powered is a little bit interesting. We actually need cogwheels on the side of one of these. Also, if you're wondering about this right here, this little overlay that says kinetic stats, kinetic stress unit, whatever, that is because I'm wearing engineer's goggles. So it's actually going to tell me how stressful of a unit this entire thing is. And of course, that's important because we can only make so much power with these water wheels. Oh, And I fell into this thing. That's really sick. So I think the best way to do this, and I might be crazy for this, but it may actually be... Maybe we just put it like here, and then we just put a bunch of cogwheels just so that it lines up. Nope, not like that, buddy. Like that. There we go. So now all of this is connected. Each of these take 64 stress units, which is mighty fine for our beautiful water wheels here. So this is totally cool. And now the question is do we even have the items that we need? Probably. We could probably get this quite easily. All right, so I believe it was something like this. Oh, hold on. Seems like I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm confused. Oh, I think I need to change the arrows on this, actually. That's what it is. There we go. We need to connect it here. And then now we should be good. And I'm going to take off these goggles because that little overlay is kind of upsetting me. All right, there we go. Now it should be okay. And with all of that done, you can see it's making it all into one. And there it is. There it is. And oh my goodness, my inventory is full. There we go. Yes, we did it. We have the sword. I love it so much. I'm going to be honest. 90% of the reason as to why I like it is because, first of all, look at the color. It matches my skin. It's a very jojosolos color. Second of all, I just noticed this. It's kind of like see-through. Like, do you see that? You can kind of see like the blocks through it. If that makes any sense, you can see the farm behind it. It's very, very like obscure and kind of hard to see, but I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. I just really like the color of it. I'm really happy with the way it looks. So let's freaking go. Let's go ahead and make our axe now, which I actually don't know how to make it. There we go. Now it's good. Now it's good. Okay, that's why I was confused, of course. Place an iron sheet up there and put those there. And yes! Oh, I fell. Yes, look at it. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love the little animation as well. Give me this. Yes. It looks so good. It looks so good. And it's so fast. The sword is super fast. The axe is also really fast, actually. And let's actually see how much durability there is. Oh, I guess I need to break something for it to show the durability. Let's go ahead and break this. 1600 durability. I mean, it's a little bit better than diamond. That's not bad. You will not catch me complaining about that. Now I need to find some really good enchants for these new tools. But now you are kind of seeing the power of these mechanical crafters. These are super, super useful because you can feed it items and it can automatically craft things for you. Now, I'm not going to be totally setting this up today because this would require a much larger project. But as you guys know, I have been feeding myself these beautiful sandwiches that all they take to make is 1 cooked beef and any bread. And as you guys know, we have ourselves a lot of wheat cooking up over here. So if we just put 3 mechanical crafters down and it autofills with all the wheat, we'll instantly get loads of bread. And then once again, if we have another auto crafter with just two little guys side by side, it will craft our sandwiches for us. But of course, that would require us transferring items from our beautiful farm over there all the way over here, and then having all of the items processed over here. So you guys can see how big of a project this is becoming. So of course, I'm not gonna do it right now. But it is a work in progress. We will most definitely get to doing something like that very, very soon. So for now, I'm gonna take it down, and maybe for now we just work on the wheat part, making the bread. I feel like that's definitely one thing we could work on. And thankfully for us, we have a large water wheel here, and we also have a baby water wheel as well right on top of it. That's going to be doing a lot of hard work for us. And I think maybe we just feed off of this power to see if we can get some auto crafting going. As you can see, there is a connection here. It should be pretty simple as long as I have all of the materials here. We just bring this out a bit. And I think we could actually break this guy. All right. I'll opt out of making it pretty for now. We will just bring it around and have it do the job on the side, because sometimes this is just the easier solution. All right, perfect. So this should allegedly work. Let's actually see if it does. I think I just put a smart chute with a wheat Let's just grab 1 wheat in the filter. Here we go. And let's actually grab this out. Why is it only grabbing the kelp? I have filtered wheat. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it was deciding to not listen for the first part. Now, how do I get the wheat to go through all of these? I'm actually not totally sure. I finally figured it out, and I feel very dumb. It's just, you have to go to the back of it in order to connect the inventories. And when you do that, it actually does it. And you can see it is moving painfully slow. Wow, this is impressively slow. I didn't realize that anything could ever be this slow. Oh my gosh. Regardless, you can see it works. And that's fantastic. And it made the bread, and hopefully it puts it into this inventory. If it doesn't, we can fix that easy. And it did. All right, fantastic. This is really good aside from the excruciatingly slow process. And there we go. With that final block placed, you can see it's going a lot faster. Yes, this is so good. This is so good. And you can see we've already got 2 bread in there. That is fantastic. There is one more cheeky little thing I wanted to do before we moved on to the next topic. Just because, you know, we're already so deep into all of this, and, you know, making things look cool. I just have an idea for making this look just a little bit cooler. Well, first of all, I think we are going to change this drawer into a 1x1 because we will only be putting bread in here. So if we break that, and then place this, we should be able to take all of this out and place all of that in there. Fantastic. And now we've got all of this bread being made easy speasy. But now let me show you guys the little cool thing I want to make. I'm going to be honest, it's going to require quite a few things. So I'm going to work on this real quick, and then I'll show you guys the cool thing. Okay, I got everything. I think you guys are really going to like this. So basically, we are able to display how much wheat or bread or kelp or whatever we have in our system by using these little Nixie tubes, which is a really cute name for all of this. But of course, it's not that simple. We need to use an observer on this drawer, just like that. This observer, we need to give it a filter of bread, just like that. And then if we use this display link and we just wirelessly connect it to something, nope, that's the wrong thing. I did it all incorrectly. Like this, there we go. We have both of these selected because they're side by side. Of course, it just does it naturally. And then we just place this on top of here. Okay, well, I cleared the freaking position because I was crouching. That is my bad. Okay, that's my fault. And now we place it on top of this. As you can see, every once in a while, it's going to flicker a little light because that just means it's updating. I guess it really doesn't want to flicker. So if we head over here, it should work. Something's not working. Hold on. Oh, you know what? That is probably because I forgot to configure it. So now, there we go. Oh, shoot. You know, sometimes I confuse myself, and honestly, it's completely my fault. But there we go. We have it set up. You can see it's flickering every once in a while. And just to confirm, we have 53 bread in here. So if we head over here and take a look now, you can see it shows the 53. Obviously, it doesn't fill this up because we haven't gotten that much bread yet. But the fact that we already have 53 and this has been going for just around like 20 to 30 minutes is fantastic. And as you can see, it is just going to continuously go up and up and up. Of course, we're going to have to set this up a little bit later in the future, but right now this is my sort of band-aid solution that I have for all of this. I would like to make this room look a little bit prettier as well. As you can see, I kind of started by actually adding blocks, and then very quickly I just kind of stopped. So maybe we should, you know, at least place some other blocks down. It feels a little bit cramped right now. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. It feels a little bit cramped, but it does the job for now. We will get back to this whenever we really deem it necessary. But for now, we're gonna leave it as it is because I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool for now. And we have our eyes on this number, so we actually know exactly how much bread we have. But now, I think it's time, ladies and gents, and everybody in between, to make ourselves a jetpack. Because, I don't know, I'm feeling like this build looks really cool, but there's got to be something that really ties it together. And I think what's going to tie it together is these things that I keep talking about. You know, there's going to be some extra stuff around, and I just really want a jetpack in order to make that work. And I'm sure you guys may or may not recall, but up there at that peak, we have been wanting to place an oxidized copper rod. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I was not able to get an oxidized copper rod. I just simply was not able to. I placed copper rods everywhere. I tried placing water around it. I tried putting it next to other oxidized blocks, and it just simply never worked. So instead, I went exploring and found exactly 2 copper rods because they just randomly spawn in villages. And I've been gatekeeping that from you guys in this chest. As you can see, it is right in here. So I am very excited to place these blocks down. Well, I guess these rods down. Once we have our jetpack, so we can actually fly up there easily without having to make some ugly scaffolding to get up there. But it's not that simple to make a jetpack because, as you can see, it does require some mechanical crafters. And you may be saying, Jojo, that's totally chill. We already got into mechanical crafting. Now, you're not completely incorrect about that, but it is a little bit more complicated than that. Reason being is this thing in the middle right here, a steam engine. This thing is a 4-step process that needs to be done 3 times in order to go from a brass sheet into a steam engine. However, you can see that 91% chance little title right there. That's right. There is a 91% chance that we either get it or we don't. So we need to be quite particular about how we go about this. And of course, I am literally 1 deployer short, so I am going to borrow this one. I'm not going to make this 4-step process look that pretty because I don't think it really matters too much. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it doesn't fail on our first try. It should be okay, but you know, my luck, it hasn't been, you know, pretty good in the past, so you never know. All right, let's place down just 1 brass ingot to flatten her out. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this process. Don't worry, I'll spare you guys your time. Yes! Yes, we actually got it. Okay, thank goodness, because, I mean, it was a 91% chance. If we didn't get that, that would have been so embarrassing. And let's work with this cogwheel to actually make our jetpack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, and now all of these are connected. Now we just need these final materials here, which shouldn't be too hard to get, and we've got ourselves a jetpack. If I just place all of these in this particular shape, and then of course the final bit of the steam engine in the middle, yes, look at it, it's all slowly but surely connecting. And when I say slowly, I mean I feel like it's actually going pretty fast. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so sick. Yes. There it is! We did it! Yes, we got ourselves a brass jetpack. So now if I put it on, oh, this is such a cool little design. I love it. I love this so much. Here's the thing though, in order to power this jetpack, we actually need both fuel and water. So let's stand next to our very ideal infinite water source. And if we place this in our offhand and just drop this, we will just be fueling it up with water. So I'm just going to do this super quickly. And then last but not least, I think we can just use coal for our fuel. Let's see. There it is. Yup. Just like that. Honestly, you can tell coal isn't that much, but that's okay. If it does the job, it does the job. And now, ladies and gents, we find out, can we fly? We can. This is so sick. Look at us. Oh my goodness. Wait, we have so much power with this. Do we still take fall damage? Ow. Okay. Yes, the answer is yes, by the way. Now, if I understand this correctly, this should have approximately 27 blocks of height that I can actually go up. So I should be able to reach the top of this very easily, just like that. The only problem is I don't think we can reach the roof. Or maybe we do. Look at that. Just like that. We are actually able to get up here pretty easily. So that's actually super cool. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Now we have 2 final missions. Our first one is to finish building this so that it actually looks good. And our second one is to actually place the oxidized copper rods at the very peak of our build so it can officially look completed. So let's freaking do it. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It's finally time for you all to see the small design I have been hyping up this whole time. It just takes a little bit of fueling up the jetpack and we can get started on this very minimal addition to the build, but honestly, I feel like it ties it all together. Since we have this very industrial look, it sort of makes it feel like this is a toxic area, so it only makes sense for there to be some pipes dropping some green goo into this tube. Yep, it definitely makes it feel a lot more tied together. I love the look of the oxidized copper. It really matches the blue that we already have within the build. And honestly, I really am happy with how this came out. But now, honestly, what is far more important than literally anything else is these freaking waxed oxidized lightning rods that we must place at the peak of our factory. So now we will just simply go up very, very easily, just like so. Oh, it feels good. It feels so good to be able to just fly up to our content, to our everything that we need. I don't know what I'm saying, but here it is. There we go. We placed one, and now we just place the other one on this side. Bam! And it's finished. It's officially finished. The mega factory is officially completely finished. Of course, the interior is besides the point, but our tube of farm, which again, you guys need to comment down below a better name for this. But the current name of this tube of farm is also completely set up, and we have 106 bread waiting for us in the downstairs storage. And alas, that is going to conclude today's video. But I have one more cheeky little surprise for you. And that is, I have installed another mod that is besides the update. And you can't actually really tell from this point of view, but it is a client-side mod, and I think you guys are going to like it. I want you guys to comment down below whether you do or do not like it. But it's a mod called Far Sight, and I'm literally about to turn my head towards where spawn and other people's builds are, and I think you guys are going to be extremely shocked at what you'll be able to see. But there it is. You can start seeing other people's builds because my render distance is set to 44. And of course, I have to go load in those chunks in order for it to actually show up in my Minecraft. But it just looks so sick. And in fact, I'm realizing there is one build missing that I want to show you guys. So let me go clear that up real quick. I'm gonna snooze first, and now I'm gonna go load in those chunks because I want you guys to see how cool the server looks. Okay, I've loaded it in. Are you guys ready to see it? It's gonna look so epic. There it is, a gigantic tower built by bars. Honestly, everyone on the server is just such incredible builders. You can see there is spawn. Hold on, what is that? How did I not notice that when I loaded in the chunk? Anyway, you can see that is going to be Wisp's tower. J Money's mansion is just behind there. That's Henry's little cottage. And there is Bars's tower, which honestly, I told him that it looks like the Doofenshmirtz tower. And then, of course, this is our base, which honestly, I think it would look sick from afar as well. Let's actually test it. Let's go to spawn real quick. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Unfortunately, the create clock doesn't show up, so it just looks like that. But that looks so good. And Okay, there is a new store at spawn. I'm not gonna take a look at it just yet. We're gonna do that in the next episode. But this is inspiring me to go ahead and make a store for the spawn. Maybe that's what we'll do in the next episode. With that being said, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below something or nothing or everything. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.